So as in, you were part of our original focus group, from which we conducted some of our audience research.
Yep.
So we played you the song and you told us what you thought about the song. Could you just remind us some of the things you said?
When I heard it, I just thought of a depressing, lovesick, dark kind of scenes.
And what about things like costume and setting?
Costume was like, dark colours, like no white clothing or anything like that. It's dark colours.
Okay guys, so you've just heard the song that we used in our video, that we made a music video for. So if I can just ask you, what were your first impressions about the song? Oh, they haven't seen our music video yet, just to point out. So what did you think about the song? What can you imagine for a video? Any ideas really? Let's join.
Depressing, this is sad.
It's quite airy, snacks.
And it sounds like it's a very budget band as well.
Okay.
It's quite dull but calm at the same time.
Yeah.
I thought it would fit in with a band in a warehouse.
Band in a warehouse.
Abandoned.
Any idea?
I was
Abandoned
thinking,
warehouse. Okay.
yeah, I was thinking like a close up to the main singer maybe, and then it's kind of deserted and there's like mountains or something in the back.
So something to do with like loneliness.
Maybe they are playing to keep themselves happy.
Quite dark film. Quite dark themes. Okay.
And you know when he says time, like a clock, like a weird kind of funky clock.
Do you expect to see the band perform the song, or do you expect there to be a story, or are you expecting?
Yeah, band.
Okay.
Maybe a story going on.
What are your expectations?
Yeah, I think it does follow the course and conventions of an indie music video. You have the right, all the costume you have is right. The location is right. All the camera angles. So I think it follows everything.
What about the sort of dark tone to the song? You said the song was quite depressing. Do you think it's quite
Yeah, I know.
dark video?
Yeah, I know, but in a way, when the male singer, when he's singing, that background is quite dark, and that kind of follows that convention in my.
We've just shown you our music video. Could you please tell me your initial thoughts about the video?
Well, I really liked the video as a whole, and I really liked the use of the camera angles and how it followed through.
And do you think the way the styling was done was obvious that it was that genre? Or?
Yeah, what they were wearing, the hairstyles and stuff. That was
Okay, now we've rejoined the group after they've seen the video for the first time. So guys, could you tell me, what are your initial thoughts?
I was quite like the link to the visuals of the lyrics. Do you know how they're written on the walls?
Uh-huh.
I quite like that. It had many conventions of the genre, so that was really good, like the colours and changing scenes, like from the band to the store.
I quite like the different tones in it, like the sepia tone and the black and white, and we have a little bit of colour in it as well, which kind of suited the whole theme, I guess.
What really stood out to me was the camera angles and the shots, the close-ups and the effects that came along with it. I thought they were really effective and really went with the lyrics as well.
I thought the tone of the music, it was very fitting with the scenery in the background as well.
The song, in terms of lyrics and music, went back and forth. It matched the actual storyline.
The video was effective?
I think it was because you had the right storyline, you had the right location, and then everything just went together, and the lyrics went with the visuals, the music, the beat, instrumental went with the visuals.
Do you think this video meets the codes and conventions of our genre?
Yeah, because it was like performance based and had like urban settings, which I have seen in other alternative rock videos. Also, like it made me think stuff about the way it was actually doing it. And it was hard to follow, but it was really interesting.
Having some knowledge of sort of indie alternative, do you think it met the general conventions of that genre, or do you think it was different and it wasn't quite what you expected, or a bit of both?
Reason electro comes to mind, more of electro pop, in terms of when I think of indie and sort of that dark song, I would have thought more dark scenery, but it was quite airy as well at the same time, so it
was an open green field.
Open green fields and sort of airiness.
Well, the genre's kind of a cross between indie alternative and electronic.
Yeah.
So it's sort of quite alternative genre that.
It was the matched
the bit where you were inside that enclosure was very alternative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they did have both electronic and alternative mixed together, which I guess what the song wanted.
Cool. between other videos in the indie or electronic genre?
The only one I can think of is Arctic Monkeys.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose some of their videos use urban settings.
Yeah.
So do you think it's a good thing that you haven't sort of been able to immediately pick up links between other videos, that it's similar to other videos, or a bad thing that you can't identify with?
No, it's not a bad thing because your video does challenge some conventions. But then I think it's good because you're original. Because my interview, when you interviewed me before, I said it's good to be original, and then I think you've done that well.
I guess that's the point of video. It's an alternative genre and quite alternative. So having it be something similar, say like pop genre, where there's always clubs and all that.
It's not supposed to
it's not supposed to remind you of another video. It's supposed to be its own.
But in terms of the narrative, you just spoke about that. Did you think it was completely clear, or was it sort of difficult to understand in a good way, or were you just completely lost?
No. It was at first. It was difficult to understand, but then in a good way. But then, like as it goes on, you understand what happened. You know, it's like why he's following her, and everything.
But how about the story? Like, was it easy to follow, or?
To be honest, like I struggled a little bit to understand it, but I really thought it was.
Did you think it was a clear storyline, or was it quite mysterious in a
hints
good
of the
way, a bad
storyline that
way?
they were maybe looking for you,
Being part of them.
Someone's being hidden.
and you're trying to run away from them, but you just
They sort of made her one of them.
they're trying to claw you back.
One of us, sort of thing.
Yeah, so you think that the band were pursuing her
Yeah.
in the end with the aim of making her one of them when she becomes them?
Because you have the flashes of your eyes where you kind of seem like one of them, but then you go back to being you again.
Sort of, you had the mechanical movement. Definitely, when you saw her face, sort of the expressionless face, and sort of the way you positioned them, quite constrained. And clearly, at the end, with the way they fall and the man walking, they were controlled by someone.
And so the way the band, they were just playing their instruments without really much facial expressions.
Very mechanical.
That kind of showed that they weren't really in control.
Could you tell me? Could you tell, in fact, who the stars were? Like, how could you tell?
Yeah, I could, like, for the camera angles, like, there was like loads of close-ups and stuff, and that illustrated that way with the stars.
And was it obvious by the way they were dressed, or not?
Yeah, he was wearing suits and stuff, and when they were singing in the chorus, the way they were positioned in the middle of like the camera, I think that.
From the video, could you tell who the star or stars were, and how could you tell?
Definitely, sort of
The girl.
Yeah.
Definitely.
She was through all the scenes. She was there all the time.
Okay. And you think she was like,
She was portraying the emotions of the song.
yeah, and she was like the main part of the storyline. And how could you tell that it was her? Because of the way that where she was in the shot, or the fact that she was there all the time, or the way that we used camera angles, or?
Because the lyrics, like when they were on the walls, it referred to her,
Mm-hmm.
and you could tell from her facial expressions as well.
Okay.
Whereas the singer and other people of the band were just blank.
So did you think there was a sort of clear distinction between her and the band, and did that change at any point in the video?
I think it changed at the end, wasn't it, when you were with the band?
Okay.
But then up until then, there was a clear distinction.
Did you notice a link between the lyrics and the visuals?
Yeah, I really liked when she was trapped inside that sort of place, and there was like written the like actual lyrics and stuff written on the wall. So that actually helped me understand the video more.
Could you understand like how she was feeling at the time when she saw the lyrics?
Yeah, through her facial expressions and stuff, and like she was sort of trapped. I'm not sure if that goes, but
Did you guys notice any links between the lyrics and the visuals of the clips?
Yeah, the
Well,
writings
at
on the
times,
wall.
yeah.
What
the lyrics
about
on
the
the
link between the music and visuals? Like, was there any obvious link?
Yeah, in the actual chorus, then it would like differ from the male singer and the women singing. It would have like the focus on the camera, the guy.
And what about the music and the visuals? So did the beat of the song or the sound of the melody fit the video? What we done?
Yeah, when it changes scenes,
Mm.
especially when they were in the green field.
Yeah, and we have like the breathe in, breathe out, where you have different flashes
Oh, yeah.
of the main character.
Did you identify any themes in the video?
At the start, she was kind of lost. So I don't know if that's kind of a theme, lost.
So being
Like,
like sort of
yeah, like confused and
confusion,
yeah,
being lost.
yeah. And then
So maybe identity.
yeah, and when the men approached her, she was kind of scared.
Is there any themes that you recognise throughout the music video?
Well, it was obvious that she was getting kidnapped, and then the story just followed from that.
What, like when she was getting followed by?
Yeah, for the guy.
Yes, that. Did you identify any themes in the video?
Time.
Time.
Time,
Okay.
helplessness,
Paranoid.
Conformity.
control.
Conformity. Control. Okay.
Yes.
Well, sort of.
It kind of depends on which way you look
Yeah.
at it. You can either look at it as in there is only a certain time left until you become one of them, or
Yeah.
time left until you break free from them. So
sort of analysis of the
it
lyrics
really does
itself,
depend.
rather.
Yeah.
It's the way they show the video. The video sort of gives the lyrics more meaning.
You would improve, or you would have done differently.
Where the male singer is singing, you can't really see clearly because I think he got sepia mode on the camera. Is it?
Yeah, we used like
Yeah.
filter.
Some like you couldn't really make out his face because even the background with the other the drummer or the piano. He was playing piano. Safe, yeah. You couldn't really see like the faces, cut blurred, and it's like blended in the background.
Okay.
So yeah,
So in terms of sort of the way we film them.
yeah, it's
and
light,
the lighting.
lighting as well, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I'm back with the group again, and after showing them video and gathering their thoughts, I've now shown them our ancillary texts, which are our digipack and our magazine advert for the release of a digipack. Okay, so what I want to ask you guys is, do you think the digipack and the advert work well together, and would you recognise them as being the same product advertised, the same band?
Yes.
Yeah.
Same people, same themes, same bars.
Cool.
Yeah,
Same clothes.
yeah.
Definitely like the
And it's the same artwork on both
Yeah.
the covers.
Same house style.
Do you think it's good that it links like that, so you can recognise
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's different?
It catches the attention.
Catch your attention.
Yeah, it should stand out from all the rest.
Yeah.
Do you think it does more?
It's
If
kind
we
of
told you that.
electronic as well as kind of
Yeah.
old age with the rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
So if we told you that this was a debut band and they were sort of new on the scene and we wanted to promote their image, would you say that this did more to promote the image of an up-and-coming band than, say, an established band that have a really simple digipack cover because they know they're going to sell already?
This sort of
It's
shows
better for an up and coming band because it
Yeah.
expresses their tastes more.
Their image?
Yeah.
Especially the masks. I think
Yeah.
it really like represents the band.
Do you think this promotes who in the band is the most important, or the sort of status going on? Or do you think everyone's given equal weighting?
The more
No.
high
Got the
stakes,
guy in the
they have the
garden.
mask.
They have the masks as well. So.
So does it change your sort of idea of who's the stars in the band?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you've kind of got the guy at the front, and then
Mhm.
you kind of work your way back.
And even in the video, they're the ones that are in the video the most, and the ones with the close-ups.
Close-ups. Cool. And is that generally true? You generally find that the singers are the ones with the most focus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get with them. Okay. And
Well,
this
with
is
new
the-
bands, you do anyway. With the ones that are new, you
Yeah.
find that the singer is the one that kind of sells the band.
And the inside, like typical album cover or different, more complex, good, bad? Any thoughts?
I like it.
I like that
Where
it's
you put the
headed by the
CD.
circle thing.
Yeah.
Do you think it's unusual that we have an image on the inside cover?
I was thinking that. I don't. Then you usually have the title of the song.
Sometimes it's usually just plain and you have like a lyric book.
Yeah.
But our concept was, because we haven't included the lyric book, and you know when you look through the lyric book and it's got loads of pictures of the band, we wanted to sort of show the band in ways. And do you think that's a good way to do it, or it would have been better to have a lyric book?
Lyric book.
I
You
quite
like
like
lyrics?
Yeah.
Of all the different things, I think the advert's the best one
Okay, and why do you think so?
because it matches very well with the video itself.
And we tell us.
The theme of the actual song or their single. So you can already see sort of the idea of what it might be about, and the idea of the passive people and the control thing. You can see it more of the feeling of the band in the advert rather than in the video.
So you've got more of the theme of the video in the advert.